Welcome to Conspiracy Files. I'm your host, Zoe Parker, and in today's episode, we delve into the labyrinth of Nazi conspiracy theories, a realm of hidden secrets, clandestine escapes, and covert plots that challenge our understanding of history. Through a mosaic of disputed evidence and controversial claims, we explore the shadows where official records fade, leaving behind enigmas that spark endless debate. Prepare for a journey into a mystery that refuses to fade. Stay tuned. In the chaotic aftermath of World War II, a number of high-ranking Nazis vanished into the shadows, never to face the full weight of justice. These fugitive figures have become the centerpiece of many conspiracy theories, their mysterious disappearances fueling endless speculation about secret networks and hidden agendas. Among these infamous individuals, the theory suggests that some not only evaded capture, but also found safe haven through clandestine escape routes known as rat lines. Central to this narrative is the controversial idea that powerful institutions, including certain factions within the Vatican, may have played a role in facilitating these escapes. With its extensive international network and diplomatic channels, the Vatican has been alleged by some researchers to have covertly aided these Nazi operatives, offering them new identities and safe passage to far-flung corners of the globe. This claim asserts that while official records present a picture of chaotic post-war migration, the reality may have been far more orchestrated, one where secret arrangements allowed key figures to vanish into history, leaving behind a legacy of unanswered questions and lingering doubts. The list of high-ranking Nazis whose fates remain shrouded in mystery is both long and chilling. Adolf Hitler, the infamous Führer, is at the center of the most sensational claims. Despite overwhelming evidence of his death in the Berlin bunker, a persistent minority insists that he may have escaped, disappearing into obscurity. Martin Bormann, Hitler's powerful private secretary, is another figure whose disappearance has long been the subject of debate. His sudden absence from post-war records has led many to speculate that he utilized an elaborate network to elude capture. Josef Mengele, the Angel of Death from Auschwitz, is perhaps one of the most notorious, with numerous accounts suggesting that he fled to South America, evading pursuit for decades. Otto Skorzeny, famed for his daring operations during the war, reportedly reinvented himself under a new identity, his post-war activities as enigmatic as his escape. Walter Rauff, implicated in the development of chemical warfare and covert military operations, similarly vanished from the historical record, his fate remaining an enigma. These names form the core of a narrative that challenges the completeness of post-war justice. The rat lines, according to some theories, were not merely the result of disorganized chaos, but were, in fact, sophisticated networks orchestrated by those with the means and the motive to protect powerful figures. The alleged involvement of the Vatican adds an intriguing dimension to the story, a suggestion that even institutions traditionally seen as bastions of morality might have engaged in secretive, politically driven alliances to secure their own interests. While mainstream historians point to the widespread confusion and logistical challenges of the immediate post-war period as explanations for these escapes, the persistence of these conspiracy theories suggests a deeper public skepticism. The very idea that some of history's most infamous figures might have slipped through the cracks of accountability continues to captivate imaginations and fuel debates across generations. As long as questions remain unanswered, the mystery of these vanished Nazis and the secret networks that may have aided them will continue to haunt our collective memory, inviting us to ponder the dark intersections of power, secrecy, and historical truth. The evidence suggesting that Adolf Hitler may have faked his own suicide is as complex as it is controversial. One of the most discussed pieces of this puzzle is the skull believed to be Hitler's, a relic that was subjected to DNA testing decades after the war. The test results raised eyebrows among some researchers, as the genetic profile did not perfectly match the expected lineage, fueling speculation that the skull might have belonged to someone else entirely. Proponents argue that discrepancies in the DNA data, when combined with inconsistencies in historical records, hint at a deliberate cover-up, a scenario where Hitler's death was staged and his body replaced with a counterfeit to satisfy the immediate needs of post-war reconciliation. Adding another layer to the mystery are numerous eyewitness accounts and alleged sightings that have surfaced over the years. There are reports from remote regions and even in urban centers where individuals claim to have seen a man bearing a striking resemblance to Hitler long after his supposed demise. These sightings, often described in similar detail, from distinctive facial features to an unmistakable aura of authority, have persisted in public memory and become a recurring theme in alternative historical narratives. Even if these accounts vary in their specifics, their sheer volume and the consistency of the descriptions compel some to consider that the official story may not encompass the full truth. Moreover, government documents have surfaced over time that indicate the U.S. government took the possibility of Hitler's survival seriously. Declassified files reveal that intelligence agencies at one point investigated leads and reports suggesting that Hitler might have escaped to a remote location. While these documents do not conclusively prove that he survived, their existence implies that the idea was given due consideration by officials tasked with national security. This facet of the evidence resonates deeply with those who argue that a global cover-up could have been orchestrated by multiple state actors working under immense political pressure during the chaotic aftermath of the war. Critics of the official narrative point out that the discrepancies in forensic evidence, combined with numerous eyewitness testimonies, create a tapestry of doubt that is hard to ignore. They assert that the alleged inconsistencies in the DNA test results, when examined alongside accounts of unusual sightings, suggest a scenario in which the Führer could have orchestrated his escape and vanished into obscurity. In this view, the meticulous planning that characterized many aspects of the Nazi regime might have extended to his final act, a calculated exit designed to preserve his legacy and avoid the ignominy of a public death. At the same time, mainstream historians and forensic experts maintain that the preponderance of evidence supports the conclusion that Hitler committed suicide in his bunker, and that the DNA discrepancies and sightings can be explained by the passage of time and the complexities of forensic analysis under wartime conditions. Yet, the enduring debate over this evidence continues to captivate both scholars and the public, underscoring the deep-rooted fascination with one of history's most infamous figures. Each new piece of evidence, each witness account, adds another thread to the intricate tapestry of this mystery, leaving us to ponder the elusive boundary between myth and reality. Amid the myriad theories surrounding the Nazi legacy, one of the most provocative is the claim that the regime pursued the development of unconventional aerial vehicles, often described as Nazi UFOs. This theory suggests that in the desperate final days of the Third Reich, certain high-ranking officials and rogue scientists embarked on a radical quest to create advanced flying machines that transcended conventional technology. Proponents argue that these mysterious craft, whether disc-shaped or resembling saucers, were designed not only for combat, but also as a means of escape, a last-ditch effort to secure a safe haven away from the crumbling battlefields of Europe. The narrative of Nazi UFOs is built on a foundation of anecdotal accounts, murky documents, and a collection of mysterious artifacts that appear to defy the technological capabilities of their time. Some claim that experiments conducted under top-secret projects produced vehicles capable of hovering silently or moving with an agility that seemed almost otherworldly. These claims are often intertwined with references to enigmatic projects such as Die Glocke, a rumored device purportedly capable of harnessing exotic forms of energy. While mainstream historians remain skeptical of such assertions, the allure of advanced, hidden technology has captured the imaginations of many researchers and enthusiasts. Reports of unexplained aerial phenomena during the final stages of the war add a layer of intrigue to the discussion. Eyewitness accounts from soldiers and civilians alike describe bizarre lights and unidentified objects seen over the battle-scarred landscapes of Europe. Some observers have noted that these sightings occurred in close proximity to known experimental sites, fueling speculation that what was observed might have been the prototypes of these clandestine flying machines. Though details vary, the recurring theme of unorthodox aerial vehicles has become a signature of this theory. Furthermore, some theorists posit that the Nazi pursuit of aerial supremacy was not merely an isolated endeavor, but part of a broader strategy to harness forbidden knowledge, combining cutting-edge engineering with occult and pseudoscientific research. In this context, the alleged Nazi UFOs are portrayed as the physical manifestation of a desire to transcend human limitations, a desperate bid to capture power that seemed almost divine. The blending of advanced technology with mystical symbolism gives this theory an almost mythic quality, inviting parallels with modern science fiction narratives. Critics of the theory, however, argue that the evidence remains largely circumstantial and that the extreme conditions of wartime experimentation may have led to misinterpretations of ordinary technological prototypes. Nonetheless, those who support the theory insist that the unusual characteristics of these craft, along with sporadic leaks from declassified documents, warrant further investigation. They suggest that hidden archives, lost blueprints, and even testimonials from former operatives might one day offer a more definitive picture of the true scope of Nazi experimental aviation. In this realm of speculation, the theory of Nazi UFOs endures as a potent symbol of the intersection between desperate innovation and the pursuit of extraordinary power. It challenges us to reconsider the boundaries of technology and to question the narrative of defeat. Whether these mysterious flying machines were the product of brilliant engineering or the echoes of wartime myth remains one of the most tantalizing questions, a question that continues to fuel debate among historians, researchers, and enthusiasts alike. Beyond the realm of advanced aviation and extraterrestrial intrigue, a parallel narrative has emerged, one that centers on the occult and its alleged influence on the Nazi regime. In this perspective, the pursuit of forbidden knowledge was not a fringe interest, but a core element of the ideology embraced by some within the Third Reich. Proponents of this theory argue that occult practices, steeped in ancient mysticism and esoteric rituals, played a significant role in shaping the ambitions and actions of high-ranking Nazi officials. They point to the fascination with Germanic folklore, ancient runes, and the occult as evidence that, beyond the visible atrocities, there lay a hidden quest for supernatural power. Key figures in the regime, particularly Heinrich Himmler, have long been associated with an obsession for the mystical. It is said that Himmler, along with a select cadre of advisors, delved deep into occult traditions, seeking to harness esoteric forces to secure a divine destiny for the Nazi state. According to this line of thought, secret ceremonies were held in remote castles and underground chambers, where rituals intended to invoke otherworldly energies were performed. These gatherings, shrouded in secrecy and marked by elaborate symbols and cryptic chants, were believed to serve a dual purpose, both to inspire the regime with a sense of predestined superiority and to open a gateway to powers beyond the mortal realm. Advocates of the occult theory also point to architectural anomalies and cryptic inscriptions found in Nazi-era structures. They suggest that these symbols are not mere decorations, but are deliberate codes, inscribed to channel metaphysical energies or to mark locations of hidden significance. The design of certain monuments and the careful positioning of key structures have been interpreted by some as attempts to align with celestial or mystical forces, a blending of military might and spiritual ambition that was intended to immortalize the regime's vision. In contrast, there are voices that view the obsession with occultism as a manifestation of the era's broader cultural fascination with the mystical. They argue that, in a time of profound social upheaval and existential threat, the allure of the occult provided an escape from the grim realities of war. For these observers, the adoption of esoteric symbols and rituals can be seen as part of a psychological coping mechanism, a way to imbue chaos with a semblance of order and destiny. This interpretation suggests that what some see as evidence of supernatural influence may simply be the expression of a collective desire for meaning in a world turned upside down. The debate over the Nazi connection to occultism is further complicated by the fact that many of the rituals and symbols in question have parallels in other ancient cultures. This cross-cultural convergence invites questions about whether such practices were unique to the Nazis or if they were simply a continuation of long-standing human traditions of seeking hidden truths. Yet, for those convinced of a deliberate, orchestrated embrace of the occult by the Nazi leadership, the convergence of myth, ritual, and ideological extremism remains a powerful testament to a dark and enigmatic chapter in history. As these accounts intertwine, the occult narrative stands as a testament to the enduring allure of the mysterious, a narrative that challenges us to consider how ancient rites and forbidden knowledge might have intersected with one of history's most notorious regimes. As the investigation delved further into the murky post-war era, another compelling theory began to surface, one that centered on vast fortunes hidden away from prying eyes. Proponents of the Nazi gold conspiracy argue that as the regime crumbled, its leaders meticulously stashed enormous quantities of gold and precious assets, intended to finance a future resurgence or simply to secure their own escapes. According to this view, vast caches of wealth were smuggled out of Europe via secret routes, hidden in remote corners of the globe, and carefully laundered through complex financial networks. The theory paints a picture of meticulously planned heists and covert operations where state treasuries and private fortunes were intertwined in a labyrinth of secrecy. Advocates point to sporadic reports from the immediate post-war period, where whispers of missing gold bars, mysterious shipments, and financial irregularities in war-looted assets began to circulate. Some claim that entire vaults beneath abandoned Nazi strongholds were emptied, their treasures spirited away by trusted insiders. The narrative suggests that these fortunes were not simply lost or consumed by the chaos of war, but were instead safeguarded as a sort of contingency plan, a hidden lifeline for those who believed that the Nazi ideology might one day rise again. This wealth, they assert, provided the means to fund covert operations, support underground networks, and even influence political landscapes in far-flung regions. On the other hand, skeptics argue that the notion of an enormous, intact cache of Nazi gold is more myth than reality. They point out that the chaotic conditions of wartime looting and subsequent reparations efforts likely dispersed much of the regime's wealth, making it highly improbable that such vast amounts could remain hidden for decades. Furthermore, they contend that many of the reports and legends surrounding Nazi gold are the product of opportunistic treasure hunters and sensationalist accounts rather than concrete evidence. Nonetheless, the allure of undiscovered treasure, coupled with gaps in official financial records, has kept this theory alive in the public imagination. Adding another layer to the debate, some researchers speculate that the gold might have served a dual purpose. Not only could it have been a means of ensuring the survival of the Nazi elite, but it might also have been used to finance secret scientific research and the development of advanced technologies. In this view, the hidden wealth is intertwined with other covert endeavors, such as the rumored Nazi UFO projects or mysterious bases in Antarctica. The idea that gold could unlock not only economic power but also technological secrets is a notion that has captured the imagination of both academic researchers and conspiracy theorists alike. Whether the hidden fortune exists as an intact treasure trove or remains a tantalizing myth woven into the fabric of post-war history, the Nazi gold conspiracy continues to provoke intense debate. It is a story that challenges us to look beyond the surface of historical records and to question what might still be concealed in the vaults of time, a mystery where the lure of wealth and power meets the enduring legacy of one of history's most notorious regimes. Deep in the frozen expanse of Antarctica, a shadowy legend has taken hold, a theory that secret Nazi bases, hidden beneath layers of ice and snow, continue to whisper of a regime that refused to die. According to this narrative, as the war's tide turned against the Third Reich, select Nazi officials and scientists fled to the uncharted polar regions, where the isolation and extreme conditions offered perfect cover for clandestine operations. Proponents of this theory argue that the harsh Antarctic environment was not merely a place of natural desolation, but a strategic refuge for those determined to preserve their dark legacy. Supporters point to declassified documents, anomalous radar signals, and even disputed satellite images that hint at unusual, structured activity beneath the ice. They assert that secret bunkers and underground facilities were constructed, designed to house advanced technology and stockpile resources that could one day enable a resurgence of the Nazi agenda. The theory suggests that these hidden bases served dual purposes, as safe havens for fugitive operatives and as research centers for experimental technologies, some of which were purportedly border on the science fictional. Such claims evoke images of vast subterranean complexes equipped with sophisticated laboratories and capable of sustaining life far from the eyes of the world. At the heart of these theories is the idea that the Nazi escape network, often referred to as rat lines, extended its reach to the frozen continent. Some researchers speculate that with the assistance of covert allies and possibly even sympathetic institutions, remnants of the Nazi hierarchy managed to transport not only personnel, but also critical assets to Antarctica. This narrative is bolstered by tales of mysterious expeditions, purported secret meetings in icy outposts, and the sudden appearance of inexplicable structures discovered in remote satellite photos. For many, these threads form a tapestry of evidence that challenges the conventional conclusion of total Nazi defeat. Yet, a contrasting viewpoint remains equally compelling. Skeptics caution that the extreme environmental conditions of Antarctica make the sustained operation of any secret base extraordinarily difficult. They point to the logistical nightmares of constructing, maintaining, and supplying an underground facility in one of the world's harshest climates. The lack of verifiable physical evidence, they argue, may be attributed to the natural challenges of the polar landscape. Where ice movements and shifting weather can easily distort or erase human-made structures over time. Moreover, many contend that the documents and radar anomalies cited as proof are either misinterpreted or are products of routine military exercises conducted in the region during the Cold War. In this enduring debate, the allure of a hidden Nazi base in Antarctica captures the imagination on both sides. For believers, it represents a continuation of a regime's defiant survival, a secret legacy buried beneath the ice, waiting to be uncovered. For skeptics, it is a cautionary tale of overactive imaginations clashing with the brutal realities of nature. Regardless of the truth, the theory remains a powerful reminder that even in the frozen, desolate reaches of our planet, the past may still hold mysteries that defy easy explanation. Deep within the labyrinth of Nazi lore lies the enigmatic legend of Die Glocke, a mysterious device whose origins and purpose have sparked heated debate among researchers and enthusiasts alike. According to various accounts, Die Glocke, or the bell, was no ordinary piece of military technology. It was envisioned as a revolutionary, even otherworldly weapon capable of harnessing forces beyond conventional physics. Proponents of the theory describe it as a bell-shaped apparatus, purportedly engineered with advanced materials and energy systems that defied the limits of the era's technology. Its design, they claim, suggests that it may have been intended to generate gravitational anomalies, manipulate time, or produce other effects that border on the supernatural. The narrative surrounding Die Glocke is woven with threads of secrecy and speculation. Some assert that this wonder weapon was part of a larger Nazi effort to secure a decisive advantage in the war, a project so clandestine and ambitious that it was shrouded in utmost secrecy, even within the inner circles of the regime. According to these accounts, the technology behind Die Glocke was kept under lock and key in hidden research facilities, where scientists and engineers were pushed to the limits of experimentation. The device's mysterious energy signature, as reported by a few fringe investigators, hinted at the possibility that it operated on principles that remain largely unknown to modern science. Parallel to the tale of Die Glocke, other accounts of Nazi wonder weapons have emerged over the decades. Some researchers point to a range of experimental projects, from advanced rocket designs and jet propulsion systems to more exotic concepts such as electromagnetic weapons and anti-gravity devices. These projects, while diverse in their objectives, share a common theme: an unyielding pursuit of technological supremacy that seemed to challenge the known boundaries of physics and engineering. Advocates of these theories argue that such innovations were not simply the products of wartime desperation, but the calculated output of a regime that was willing to invest in the radical and the extraordinary, even if it meant venturing into uncharted scientific territory. Critics, on the other hand, maintain that many of these accounts, including those of Die Glocke, are mired in exaggeration and misinterpretation. They suggest that what is often described as groundbreaking technology may have been the result of misidentified conventional experiments, or even deliberate myth-making to enhance the mystique of the Nazi legacy. Yet the enduring appeal of these stories lies in their potential to challenge our understanding of technological progress, hinting that in the desperate final days of the war, the boundaries between science fiction and reality might have blurred. Regardless of the true nature or even the existence of Die Glocke and its kin, these wonder weapons continue to captivate our imagination. They represent the tantalizing possibility that the human mind, when pushed to extremes by ideologies of power, can conceive of, and perhaps even attempt to build, devices that seem to defy the natural order. In this realm of speculation, each unexplained detail and every whispered rumor feeds a broader narrative, one where the legacy of the Nazi regime is not confined to documented atrocities alone, but extends into the realm of advanced, if not mystical, innovation. Despite decades of exhaustive research and relentless inquiry, many aspects of Nazi conspiracy theories remain shrouded in mystery, ensuring that the debate continues to captivate public imagination. One of the most enduring questions is, what crucial pieces of the historical puzzle are still missing? In the wake of a global conflict that reshaped the world, vast amounts of information were lost, deliberately hidden, or remain classified. This vacuum in the historical record, filled with unexplained gaps and selective disclosures, provides fertile ground for alternative narratives to flourish. Every omitted detail or ambiguous document becomes a tantalizing prompt, inviting both experts and enthusiasts to speculate on what might have been deliberately concealed. Public fascination is fueled by the persistent allure of an alternative history, a narrative that challenges the neat conclusions of conventional accounts. The lingering mystery of escaped Nazi figures, secret underground facilities, and unaccounted-for technologies continues to evoke a sense of intrigue and unease. The idea that the architects of one of history's most notorious regimes might have orchestrated their own vanishing act or preserved their dark legacy through hidden channels is as compelling as it is disturbing. For many, these unanswered questions are a reminder of how complex and multifaceted history truly is, and they serve as a powerful symbol of the enduring struggle for transparency and truth in the face of overwhelming power. The psychological impact of these unresolved issues is profound. On one hand, they provide a way for society to process and come to terms with the past. On the other, they offer a channel for collective skepticism toward official narratives. Each new theory, each whispered rumor of a secret vault or hidden technology acts as a spark that reignites debates in academic circles and on public forums alike. The enduring enigma of Nazi conspiracies challenges us to confront the uncomfortable possibility that history may be more layered and manipulated than it appears on the surface. Moreover, cultural memory plays a crucial role in keeping these theories alive. Popular media, films, books, documentaries often draw upon these mysteries, weaving them into narratives that resonate with our deepest fears and curiosities. The spectacle of a hidden world of power, secrecy, and advanced technology appeals to our innate desire for stories that defy the ordinary. In this way, even as new evidence is scrutinized and archival records are painstakingly reviewed, the public remains enchanted by the possibility of alternative histories that stretch beyond conventional boundaries. Even now, the debate is invigorated by fresh leads and innovative research techniques. Advances in forensic science, digital archiving, and satellite imagery have the potential to unveil new clues, yet they also often underscore the persistent gaps in our understanding. The very nature of secrecy, both intentional and incidental, ensures that the mystery endures. With every question left unanswered, the theory morphs and evolves, maintaining a dynamic presence in the public consciousness. This perpetual state of uncertainty, a blend of historical facts, suppressed truths, and imaginative speculation, continues to invite inquiry and debate, ensuring that the legacy of these dark chapters remains an open, unresolved enigma. In the end, the labyrinth of Nazi conspiracy theories remains a testament to our enduring fascination with hidden histories and unsolved mysteries. The dark narrative we have explored, a tapestry woven from the escape of high-ranking officials, the whispered secrets of occult rituals, and the tantalizing promise of lost technology, continues to captivate and confound. What is undeniable is that the immediate post-war period was a time of unprecedented chaos, where official records were incomplete, and the shadows of history left behind as many questions as answers. This very uncertainty has given rise to theories that challenge the conventional narrative and invite us to question what we think we know. The idea that notorious figures might have slipped through the cracks of justice, that clandestine networks could have sheltered them in secret bases or assisted their escape to remote corners of the world, resonates deeply with a collective desire for hidden truth. Whether it is the chilling possibility of a hidden Antarctic outpost, advanced technologies that defy known science, or the occult practices that sought to harness supernatural forces, these theories provoke both horror and wonder. They compel us to re-examine our understanding of power, secrecy, and the intricate interplay between myth and reality. Critics and proponents alike find common ground in the recognition that history is often a mosaic of documented facts and the shadows of what is not recorded. The mystery is sustained not only by the gaps in our archives, but also by our collective memory, a memory that is continuously reshaped by cultural storytelling, media portrayals, and scholarly debates. In the interplay of light and shadow, official narratives coexist with alternative interpretations, each adding layers of complexity to our understanding of the past. The enduring questions about accountability, the manipulation of records, and the possibility of concealed agendas continue to echo through the corridors of time. Yet, amid these persistent enigmas, one truth stands clear. The human need to uncover hidden stories is as potent as it is timeless. The drive to search for meaning in the aftermath of immense tragedy, the desire to reconcile the extraordinary with the everyday, and the quest to understand the forces that shape our world are all reflected in these conspiracy theories. They remind us that history, in all its depth and ambiguity, is not merely a static record, but a living, breathing narrative, one that evolves with every new discovery and every whispered rumor. As we close this chapter on Nazi conspiracy theories, we are left with a thought-provoking reflection. Perhaps the most profound mystery is not solely the escape of dark figures or the existence of secret bases, but rather the elusive nature of truth itself. In our search for answers, we are confronted with the realization that the line between documented history and speculative myth is often as thin and fragile as a whisper in the dark. Ultimately, this enduring enigma compels us to remain relentlessly curious, to persist in our quest for answers, and to accept that some mysteries may never be fully unraveled. Yet it is precisely this very uncertainty that continually shapes our understanding of the past and inspires our hopes for the future. Thanks for tuning in to the Conspiracy Files podcast. We're here with brand new episodes every Wednesday. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, don't forget to follow us and be sure to rate, review, and share your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you. You can also reach out anytime by emailing us at contact@theconspiracyfilespodcast.com. Until next time, and remember, the truth is out there. If you enjoyed this episode and want to dive deeper into the world of conspiracy theories, consider subscribing for exclusive access to the material they don't want you to hear. As a subscriber, you'll get banned episodes, episodes deemed too controversial for mainstream platforms, members-only bonus episodes, not available anywhere else, extended director's cut versions of your favorite episodes, early access to new content before it's released to the public, and much more. Thank you for your support. The link is in the description below. Join now.